Welcome back to the Lovin Daily. I'm joined by the one, the only Simrin Gupta and our little doggy, Lovin host. How are you doing? Weird introducing you.
I know it's weird getting introduced by you. This
Look,
is Bon Bon, my little baby.
oh, Simrin, oh, so cutie. Look, well, at least someone's happy to have you at home. I meant, I meant because we miss you a lot.
Oh,
So someone is benefiting from your drama and your struggles, and that's your
you know
baby.
what? I think it was him who manifested my cancelled flight. I mean, my missed flight.
I
But yeah,
I
it's all
wouldn't
him.
I wouldn't doubt it. So to give everyone a quick update, usually you're here with me physically.
Yeah.
Now you're on Zoom. Where are you and when did you arrive?
So I am in India. I'm in Delhi, and the situation here, the COVID-19 situation here is it's very grim. Hospitals are in shortage of oxygen tanks, and it's just a lot of a lack of resources which the hospitals are facing, and which has led to a major spike of COVID-19 cases and a lot of religious gatherings as well in the country, and yeah, which led to a lockdown, a countrywide lockdown. And then recently, the UAE halted all flights from 25th of April until 5th of May. So I got stuck. So I came in last week. I came in on eight. I think I arrived on 18th April, and I was supposed to leave this week, like this Thursday. But
Mm.
yeah, now I'm stuck.
Yeah, this is we're seeing the cases rise, and like this is being reported all over the world. The New York Times, everyone is looking at India now and praying and hoping that you get those resources. But of course, here in the UAE, there is a massive population who are from India as well, and so when the UAE cut those flights, that's a serious cause for concern for everyone here. So, what was your first reaction? Obviously you're working here. What was your first reaction when you saw that the flights were cut?
Yeah, so I don't have the virus. I just coughed. I'm like, do I have COVID? But it's actually so scary. Every second person here is like, coughing, and they have either the flu or COVID, because it's like a lot of cases here right now. And anyway, when I first found out that they'll be canceling flights, I just got on. I booked my flights through an agency. So I got in touch and I asked them to reschedule my flights, which they did, and it cost a lot of money, like a lot. And right after rescheduling, I went for my COVID test and everything. I got all the documents in place, but apparently there were few more documents that the UAE had required. The UAE requires a few more documents than normal for flights coming from India. So I didn't get those documents, and I wasn't able to board my flight because I didn't have those documents.
Wow.
So
Uh,
yeah.
and you said you got in touch with an agency, so would that have been separate to the people who booked your flight? Because basically, we've seen like horrific stories of flight prices just skyrocketing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and would you have been able to do it with the airline, or did you have to go through an agency?
So I called the agency because I did my initial booking through them, but the airlines that I was gonna take was Vistara. They're really good, and I just called the airlines directly because the agency weren't like, they were taking a lot of time to get back with me. So I called Vistara. They did my rescheduling and everything for me, but like when you reschedule flights, you have to pay the difference, and the difference was huge. And the thing is, when they reschedule, when the government imposes any bans on flights, the flights come to know much later. Like we get to know before the flights themselves, before the airlines. And Vistara didn't really know that there was going to be a flight ban. They had no idea. When I was calling them, like, listen, it's out on Khalid's Time, it's out in Gulf News, it's out in Lovin
Love and
Dubai. Like,
Dubai.
it's all there. Like, I'll send you the articles. There's going to be a lockdown. You need to reschedule my tickets. And they're like, okay, ma'am, we don't have any such news, but sure, like, we will do that for you. So there was
Wow.
yeah. So like it was expensive, but yeah, actually the UAE requires COVID tests to have QR codes over here, and the problem is not all the hospitals and clinics in India are aware about this. So
So that was your specific situation, and that's why,
yeah,
although you paid that massive amount of money to change your
yeah,
flight, went to the airport on Saturday, you're going to be one of the last probably people to get on this flight, and
yeah,
your negative COVID test didn't have a QR code.
yeah, exactly. It was just that QR code that was missing for my documents, but yes.
My heart is broke for you, Simran.
Yeah, but it's fine. Like people are suffering. People are just going through so much worse. I can't. I really don't have the thing to feel sorry for myself because this is, comparatively, it's like, okay. I mean, it's, I still have my family and I still have my health, but people are just in horrible, horrible situations over here, and it's just devastating to see the news every day and what's happening and how people are dealing with it. And it's really so nice to see the international response for India and people really wanting to help, reaching out with resources and all of that. And yesterday, the Burj Khalifa lighting up in the tricolors, India's tricolor, it was just beautiful. It was so touching. I was showing it to my mom and my sister. It was just like, oh, it's it's amazing. That feeling of solidarity. It's really nice.
That is really nice to hear. Just before you leave us, speaking of, you mentioned there's a countrywide lockdown, and you're in Delhi, where I know cases are in particular rising. You're seeing massive amounts of deaths per day. What's the situation like? What is a lockdown in India in comparison to what we saw in Dubai, which was like you needed permission to leave your house? Is everyone wearing masks? Was everyone wearing masks when you arrived at the airport? And are you allowed to leave your home for any specific reasons, or how are they enforcing the lockdown?
Okay, so contrary to popular belief, it's not like a major riot over here because that's what they really make it look like on most of the news channels and agencies, that people are still out and about and all of that. No, like I was from my so I was out a couple of times for to get a COVID test, come back from the airport to head to the airport, and all the times people, like, there were checkings happening at all the checkposts and all the, yeah, checkpoints, and people want the police really check why you're out there, the reason, and they checked my tickets, they checked my COVID test, they checked all of that. And if you're caught without a mask in the car outside, you are given a fine. If you are out and about without an essential reason, you will be fined. Your documents, and they'll ask for your PAN card, your identifications and all of that. So it is very strict, very, very strict. So I'm so glad that the government is doing that, at least, to try to curb the spread as much as possible. And they had a lockdown from like till today, and now they've increased the lockdown, which I think was a much needed move. So all of that is happening to make sure things improve as soon as possible.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully, like I think at the moment it's obviously on an up curve, and it's just that scary graph that we continue to see of new cases per day. So hopefully, with those measures in place, you'll see a dip soon, and they'll open up flights, and we'll have you back with us sooner rather than later.
Yes,
Um,
hopefully very soon.
Thank you so much, Simran. I appreciate you chatting on your vacation, I guess. Um,
Appreciate you having me, giving me a reason to shower this morning.
oh, you're so glad. I'm so glad we're the reason you showered. Simran, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully see you soon. We miss you loads and loads and loads. You've no idea how much I miss you. I'm crumbling at the office. I miss you so much. So come back soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. That is it for us on the Lovin Daily. Stay safe. Wash your hands. We'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place.